Okay, we're going to start with a little bit of review. All right. Hopefully I have my gastropod notes in front of me. Doesn't look like I do. I need to find those. Ooh, I'm all out of whack. So, gastropods is what we talked about yesterday. Like I said, it'd be a very short quiz, and I was not kidding. It's only 10 questions long, and there's a word bank. Okay, and I will walk everybody through it. And then after the quiz, we will quickly get into pelecypod notes. So we're moving on. Classes of mollusk. We are in the phylum Mollusca. Right now we're talking about the class Gastropoda, and we are moving after this to the class Pelecypoda. Okay? So what you need to know is gastropod means stomach-footed. Pod, right? Pod is a Greek word meaning foot. Okay, the foot is a very important part, an important body part of mollusks, and in particular gastropods, pelecypods, and cephalopods. Okay, hence the name pod being in there. All right, and gastro means stomach. They seem to be traveling on their stomach, right? Or their stomach is located near their foot, and hence the name gastropod. All right. One shell means univalve, or sorry, it should the other way around. Univalve means one shell. We know that uni means one. Okay, that prefix uni means one, and valve in this case means shell. All right. When snails breathe or slugs breathe, what do they need to take in, Cooper? What do they need to take in?
Oxygen.
Oxygen, that'd be O2, right? And they need to remove what, Carissa?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, very good. Now, what body part do they use to take in this oxygen and remove this carbon dioxide, Ava?
Oh shoot. It's on the tip of my tongue.
It's okay. It's right here on the
Oh yeah, the thing.
siphon. Yep. So it's a siphon. It's basically a special tube. You might hear it referred to as a tube, but this siphon takes in O2, takes in oxygen, and removes carbon dioxide, right? So you breathe in through your mouth and your nose, and you breathe out through your mouth and your nose as well, and you take in oxygen and remove carbon dioxide. Okay, cool. What's the thing? What is the? I'm trying to think. What do snails and slugs need to secrete in order to move? I don't know if I worded that the best way. What's necessary to help them move so that they aren't just stuck? Leah, do you know?
Mucus.
Yeah, mucus. So like the snot in your nose, right? It can be a little slick and a little grippy at the same time, depending on the consistency. But snails and slugs use this. They secrete a layer of mucus. Remember, this is supposed to say layer and not later. Layer of mucus. And that helps them to move. Okay. And snails and slugs kind of leave that trail. Okay. A snail trail. Now, what is the body part that snails and slugs use to help them eat? Emily. Radula, right? Radula. Let me get my marker so that I can write a little bit better. Radula is how you pronounce it. R-A J. This is a long A. Radula. Okay, it's not radula or radula. Radula. This is what helps the gastropod to scrape off algae, collect food. All right. Mr. Schultz came in here yesterday and he pointed out that they're great for fish tanks because they can keep the size of the tanks clean because they just scrape off anything that would cause it to be gunked up. All right, like such as algae. Okay, so they use this radula. It's a tongue-like structure. This radula is, and it has also on it some sort of like teeth-like structures that allows it to scrape. So if you think of like what comes to mind for me is a cat tongue. Anyone ever touched a cat tongue or seen what a cat tongue looks like? It's very rough. So it's somewhat similar to that, not entirely. I'm trying to think. What else do we need to talk about? So we have univalves and non-univalves, or we could also call them valveless. The univalves means one shell, right? Okay. The cone is one. The cone snail and the snail is one. Now, the only valveless, the only shellless gastropod we know is a slug, okay? It essentially looks like a snail without a shell, basically. What else? Okay, what produces the shell? What produces the shell? Riley?
The mantle.
Very good, right? We talked about how the mantle is not the thing in your living room where you place your trophies and your candles and wreaths and boughs. It's the thing that produces the shell or covers internal organs of these gastropods, okay? I think that's all we need to do for review. Anybody have a question? Excuse me. Anybody have a question? Okay. All right, so what you're going to do, if there are no questions, I'm going to walk everybody through this, and we should all finish in about 15 minutes, if that, and then we'll move on to pelecypods. So what you need to do is go to the Friday, February 12th folder, which is in the week 23 folder. So I'm in the week 23 folder, Friday, February 12th folder, and then down here is the Gastropods Quiz. Okay? Here are your directions. Please complete the quiz using Cami. We should be used to this by now. Number 1, there is a word bank. There is a word bank. Number 2, you will not use all of the words in the word bank. So you'll notice there are some things. Wait, let me see. Yeah, no, you will not use all the words in the word bank. Okay? So you need to open that with Cami, and then I'll get this back up. Please let me know if you cannot open it. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that we can all open it. In Cami, make sure that your name goes on it, the date, and your period could be live remote. You could put LR. This is first hour too. Okay, and here we go. I'm going to actually tell you the ones to cross out and not use. Understood? Throwing you little bit of a bone here. So here's words that you will not use. You will not use sperm. You will not use fertilized eggs. You will not use waste. You will not use food. So you can be crossing these off on Cami. You will not, let me see, you gotta make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yep, and then you will not use water. Everybody got those crossed off? I will say them again. You will not use sperm. You will not use waste. You will not use fertilized eggs. You will not use food. And you will not use water. So no sperm, no waste, no fertilized egg, no food, and no water. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12 words in the word bank. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 words on the quiz, or blanks on the quiz. Okay, so first we're going to start with define gastropods. So what does the word gastropods mean? I'm going to direct your attention to what we did yesterday. Remember, gastro and pods. What does that word mean? Take a look down there. Number 2, the shell of the univalve is produced by the what? What produces the shell? Sawyer, thank you for joining. We are taking the quiz on gastropods. We just did a little bit of a review. So you should go into Schoology. Into today's folder, it's titled Gastropod Quiz. We are taking, sorry.
I'm already on it.
Oh, okay. Okay, number 3. Define univalve. What does univalve mean? For number 3, I'm going to, again, direct you to this prefix uni. And then underline valve. What does univalve mean? And go down here. Remember, as you go, you should be just making a small dot or check next to the ones that you use. Number 4. Pod is a Greek word meaning what? What does pod mean? Remember people that go to a podiatrist? What are they getting worked on? Podiatrist specializes in this. So what does pod mean? All right, number 5. The single siphon tube of the snail takes in blank and removes blank. The single siphon tube of the snail takes in blank and removes blank. Next one, number 6. Gastropods move across rough and smooth surfaces on their bellies or stomachs using pulsating muscles and cilia. They slide across surfaces easily because they secrete a layer of what? What do they secrete? Okay, number 7. The radula is found within the mouth of gastropods. What is its function? So what does the radula do? Okay, number 8. Many univalve gastropods, especially the cones, are dangerous to people because they what? Why are the cones dangerous to people? Number 9. List 2 types of univalve gastropods. So remember, univalve, what that means. 2 types of them. And number 10, name the gastropod that is not a univalve. That means it is valveless. Does not have a valve. What is the gastropod that does not have a valve? Okay, I will give everybody 5 more minutes to get this turned in. If you would like a question reread to you, or one of the words re-explained to you, or something of that nature, please feel free to ask me. That's what I'm here for. Those that are done, so it looks like Leah, Emily, Cooper, you can get out your notebooks again, and we will. Oh, Riley's done too. We're going to get into a new class. Of mollusks.